Hi there, it's Kute here, sending you much love wherever you're watching this video blog right now. In today's short video blog, I'm going to talk a bit about how do you know when it's time to end a relationship. Well, like there's an ideal time, right, to end your relationship. Is it ever ideal to ever end a relationship? When is it convenient to ever end a relationship? It's never the perfect time to end a relationship. So what do you do and how do you know it's the right time? Many of us, because we're afraid of hurting the other person. We're afraid of hurting the children. What about the children? We're afraid of what society and community will say. We often end up staying in relationships that aren't truly aligned. We often end up staying in relationships when you're not in love. We end up staying in relationships where the passion is gone, the connection is gone. That relationships that really are no longer right for us, which make us unhappy and miserable. And the sad thing is it really worth it when life is so short? So how do you know when to end a relationship? I believe relationships don't truly end. The form changes, but the love continues. See, when you came together with the particular person you're with in the beginning, you came together because of a connection. You came together because there was an attraction. You came together, maybe there was karma to work out. You came together because you and that person were a similar vibrational match. You were vibrating on a similar frequency, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There was a match there. You also came together because your soul and their soul had particular things to teach each other at that particular moment in time. There were certain lessons, certain things you both got to teach each other and work out together and grow in together in that relationship. I believe a relationship is about two people going in a similar direction, at a similar pace, at a similar frequency, with a similar vision. But when you're in a relationship and you grow and you evolve, sometimes you reach a point where either one person goes in a completely different direction and another person goes in a totally different direction, and you want two different things, and perhaps you either one person outgrows or you outgrow each other, or you just no longer want the same things anymore, and you have different values, you have different beliefs, you want different things, you have different needs, and you've just become two completely different people, and the connection is no longer the same. Ultimately, I believe relationship is about, yes, fun, yes, having a great time, but I believe relationship is about your growth and your evolution and learning the lessons for which your soul and their soul came together to teach each other in the first place. When you reach a point in the relationship where you both stop growing, when you reach a point in the relationship where you're no longer evolving together, when you reach a point in the relationship where you're growing and the other person's not growing, when you reach a point in the relationship where you want completely different things and you're no longer compatible and you have stopped growing in the relationship, is a time to recognize that unless you recreate new agreements, new commitments, unless you recreate new reasons to be together based on who you are today, not who you were in the beginning when you came together at that moment, months, days, weeks, years ago, you don't really have a relationship. You don't really have a true relationship even if you stay together. Because true relationship is not simply about the form. True relationship is not simply about the structure. True relationship is about the intimate, in the moment, authentic connection of the heart. Just because a piece of paper, just because you are living together, doesn't mean you are truly relating. A relationship, a real relating, is something that is vibrant and alive, not static and dead, that is based on an agreement of the past that's like a museum. It is an in-the-moment commitment. True relationship is a moment-to-moment commitment where you say, look, I see who you are. You may not be perfect, but I feel an alignment with you. I feel an alignment with you to grow and to serve you. And I commit to serving you in being the best that you can be. I commit to serving you in being the best that you can be. Even though it's not easy, do we commit to go together? Yes, I choose you. Yes, I choose you. Then you have an agreement. Then you're in a relatedness. Then you are in a relationship. So long as you are both growing, so long as you are both evolving, so long as you both have a similar vision, similar direction, and growing in a similar rate, then you get to stay together. But when you feel like you're no longer growing and you've learned the lessons, then perhaps it's time to really consider if your relationship is over. I believe in that moment it's not bad. Just because you come to a moment where you realize you want completely different things because you've become completely different people doesn't mean you failed. You only fail in relationship when you don't learn the lessons for which your soul has come together with that person in the first place. I believe you can stay in a relationship and stop growing and in quotation marks, is that a success? Right? And so just because you are perhaps choosing to move your separate ways, this is not a failure. It has potential to be a profound graduation. Yet sometimes we're afraid of hurting the other person. Sometimes we're afraid of hurting our children. I believe that the greatest example you can give your kids is to be the most authentic, fulfilled, happy, alive, truth-living version of yourself possible. And you might be concerned with hurting your partner. You might be concerned, I don't want to break up with them. But I believe, my dear friend, that the truth serves everyone. And you can have an authentic, loving conversation. And the truth serves everyone with your partner. You can have an authentic, loving conversation with your partner, loving them, and realize all forms change. All forms change. You grow, they grow, you die, they die. At some point, the form will change. So don't simply be attached to the form, be attached to the loving. Because just because you have to rearrange the structure of your relationship, to rearrange the structure of your relationship is growth. And just because you have to rearrange the structure of your relationship so that you can find the structure or the form of a relationship that allows more love to grow, more love to be expressed. Find the form of the relationship that actually allows more love to be expressed. So if the form that you're in doesn't allow more love, doesn't allow you to be more authentically who you are, if the form of the relationship that you're in is something where you have to betray yourself, suppress yourself, pretend to be someone you're not, you're unhappy, they're unhappy, then you're probably in the wrong relationship. You're probably in a relationship where you and the other person are not compatible. Rather than trying to force something to be what it's not, rather than trying to force each other to be what you're not, rather than trying to force a relationship to continue beyond the time that it is truly allotted for, be truthful. Be truthful and be honest. Because when you're truly coming from love, ask yourself, what would love do right now? What would love choose right now? And if you feel the truth in your heart, and the truth, I believe the truth will serve everyone concerned. And you might be concerned about hurting your partner by ending the relationship, but I believe if you come from the perspective the truth serves everyone's growth and evolution, then you living the truth might be in the moment challenging and difficult for your partner, but I promise you in the long run perspective of things, you speaking the truth and maybe going your separate ways will likely cause your partner to grow and evolve and go in a trajectory, in a direction, in their path and their evolution in a way that you staying together was not currently allowing. So when you're truly coming from love, you are truly, like real love, is committed to serving the other person's soul's growth and evolution. This is love. Love, true love is not dependent on the form. Don't simply be attached to the form. Be attached to the loving. And a relationship is already over when you are not committed to the loving. There is no such thing as a failure in a relationship other than the failure to grow and become the most authentic version of who you are. So in your current relationship, are you becoming, here is the question, are you becoming the most aligned, true, fulfilled, and authentic version of who you really are? If not, then perhaps you know your relationship is over. And if yes, even if it's challenging, even if it's difficult, continue diving deeper into your relationship and allow the relationship of love to transform your entire being. Dear friends, if you enjoyed this video blog, please share it with everyone you know. Also subscribe to my YouTube, my social media, and subscribe to my email. You'll receive weekly updates from me inspiring you to live your authentic life. Love now.